selling is of a service. Hey, welcome back to Brow Tub with Alex Mitchell, a place for beauty artists who are ready to take their businesses to the next level. We're ready to book more clients, increase their income, and build a successful and sustainable beauty business. I'm Alex, your Build Beyond guide and your beauty business expert. I've helped over 300 students build their businesses beyond 10K months and take their businesses' income and lives to the next level. So you're ready? Let's build beyond. Have you ever heard the saying, selling is of service? If not, you are hearing it now. And what it really means is that selling what you have to offer is a good thing. I think a lot of us get into the mindset that selling is bad. We think of like the slimy car salesman who's trying to sell us like an extended warranty on something that you don't need or don't want. Think of it like as an extended warranty on ice. And I think it's because we have all had an experience like at least once, or have had someone close to us have like us experience and share their story, right? I know my dad always said that when he goes car shopping, he goes in the lot, finds what he wants before he actually goes into the showroom to talk to a salesperson. And maybe that's how things were back in the day with commission-based sales, but I really think they have changed. But we all still kind of have a story. And if you don't have a personal story, maybe you've seen it in like a show or a movie. For example, the movie Wolf of Wall Street, which is like an amazing movie based on a true story with Leonardo DiCaprio. So at the beginning of the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio is Jordan Belfort, who's a real person. And basically what he's doing is selling worthless penny stocks on the stock market to someone who really don't know what they are or want them or actually even need them. He actually says he's selling what he refers to as dog shit. But he was so good at selling, and he was selling them on the dream that he basically closes every deal. And of course he's profiting off of this. And if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it, 'cause it's a really great movie. But I'm not giving the ending away here because it is a true story. But the real Jordan Belfort actually went to jail for his slimy sales tactics, but other things also. And when he got out of jail, he made a program called the Straight Line Persuasion, which is a course to teach you how to make sales. What he was really good at, he's teaching. And it is kind of crazy to actually go through the course because some of the scripts are like literally what they put in the movie, which makes sense because it's based on his life. It's a true story, but it's just kind of crazy to see. And you may have heard some of these like speech and scripting patterns when chatting with someone who's trying to sell you of something or trying to convince you of something. Right or right? Yes or yes? That's one of the common ones. And it's making you think that the only answer is to agree. Okay, so anyways, after going to jail for misleading people with the sales tactics and other things, he says that you need to use what he teaches in the course in the Straight Line Persuasion ethically. That you can use it for bad, but to please use it for good, because if you actually use it properly, you can close every single sale, every single deal. You can persuade someone to get what you want. And brings me back to my point. When done right, when done ethically, selling a valuable product, or in your case, a valuable service, selling is of service to your clients. So how does this relate to you as a PMU artist who is trying to attract and book clients? Well, it is that we get in the mindset of thinking we don't want to share too much. We don't want to be annoying. We don't want to be too pushy. But it doesn't have to be like that. When thinking of selling, promoting your services, sharing what you have to offer, actually getting clients to book in, asking them for their deposit, you need to think of it as a service to that person, to that client. You need to remind yourself of the good that's going to come from the sale, from this client booking in. You need to remind yourself how awesome what you have to offer is, how much it's going to benefit that client. But you also need to think like beyond that. How is it going to benefit more than just that client? How is it going to benefit the client's family? How could this benefit clients' friends? How is this going to benefit you? How is this going to benefit your family? How could this even benefit the economy? You have to look at it as a trickle-down effect of what your sale can do. So I like to bring this back to the first of the 12 universal laws, the law of oneness. And the law of oneness states that everything is connected. We are all connected. What happens to one happens to the other. So a benefit to one of us is a benefit to all of us. And that's why you can use the trickle-down effect to allow yourself to realize that selling is a service, that selling is a good thing, showing up and sharing what you have to offer is a good thing. So if selling is still not comfortable for you, if showing up and sharing what you have to offer is still uncomfortable, if telling your client the price of the amazing service at checkout is still uncomfortable for you, I have a little exercise that is going to help you. So get out a piece of paper, take up the notes on your phone, and we're going to make a list. And we're going to make 2 lists, but we're going to start with 1 list. So make a list of how your service is going to benefit your client. And this list can be literally anything: confidence, easy mornings. Then make a list, or keep going on that list, of how it's going to benefit the people around her. Will she be happier? Will she have more time to spend with her family because she's not busy getting ready or worrying about her eyebrows? She will feel better in her skin. She's going to share it with friends, family, help them upgrade their lives too. And then the second list is, how is this going to benefit you? You will be making more money. You'll have more photos to share. You're going to be more confident in your business. You'll be able to treat your family or your husband or your friends to a night out. Whatever it is, make the list of all of these amazing things, blatant things, and trickle down things that will come from selling your service. That comes from you showing up, that comes from you making the sale. And keep this somewhere that you can check in often. Make it on a post-it, keep it in the notes in your phone, and look at it when you start to second guess yourself on showing up. When you're second guessing yourself on posting that second set of brows in one day, or jumping on your stories to share that you have an availability. Think of how it will benefit everyone, and then show up and sell. So this comes back to something I've said so many times in the past, and it's that it's a known stat that it takes someone seeing something, a product, a service, at least 7 times before considering making a purchase, or in your case, booking an appointment, right? And I recently read an article that states that the number is actually way higher because of how much exposure we have to different offerings in so many different ways now, right? So that aside, let's stick with the initial figure of 7 times. So if a client needs to see what you have to offer at least 7 times before committing to booking, actually no, before they even consider booking, you need to get in front of them as much as possible to get to that 7th view quicker, right? Especially with the way the algorithm works, if we're talking social media here. Not everything is being shared to your followers. It's actually only about like 10% of your followers see all of your posts, or see that post. And each time it could be a different 10%, right? So let's say your client sees half of what you post, and you post twice a week. It's going to take them at least 7 weeks, 7 times before they even consider booking. So let's speed that up by reminding ourselves that selling is a service, and stop thinking we are being annoying and actually show up more. And remember, there is an unfollow and an unsubscribe button for a reason. If for some reason you do feel annoying to them, they can hit unsubscribe, and they were not meant to be your client anyways. Okay, so selling also doesn't always have to be direct selling. You are offering something amazing, and it really does deserve to be shared and reach the most amount of people possible. So one of my favorite examples of selling is of service is the follow-up method. So this is one of BrowTab's signature methods to get the full lifetime value out of your customers, out of your clients. So as you know, in the PMU industry, we have a longer turnaround time on our clients rebooking that other services in the beauty industry don't have, right? Lashes, hairs, nails, they see their clients more often, once a month, once every 2 months, where we're looking at once a year, once every year and a half, once every 2 years, potentially even longer. So we need to follow up with them because it's easy for clients to really forget how long it's been, not realizing how much their brows have faded. It's easy for them to not make it a priority. When we reach back out with that reminder text and hit them with the, hey, how are your brows doing? Are you ready to book in? They're like, yeah, I am filling in my brows more than I'd like to, or whatever it is. And most of my clients actually always thank me for the reminder text. They're so happy to hear from me and that I checked in with them and reminded them that it's time for a refresh. So this is the perfect example for when selling is of service. And it honestly doesn't feel like selling. It kind of feels like just sending a text to an old friend, and bam, just like that, made a sale. And that person is happy to have made the sale, to have been on the other end of that sale, and they're grateful that you took the time to reach out, that you actually care about them, right? And you care about their brows or their lips, whatever the service is that you offer. Okay, so another example, another way to look at it outside of direct selling would also be to think of like the really last awesome thing that you bought, or the last really cool service you had, or the last awesome event or restaurant that you went to. Now, it doesn't matter what it is, and the answer is going to be different for everyone. But what if that person, that brand, that company never actually offered it? What if they were like, I have this, but I'm not going to tell anybody about it? So for example, like my most recent example would have been, I bought a new pair of Nikes for our upcoming Vegas trip. And these shoes make me so happy. I love them. And also we bought tickets to a Raiders game for this trip, and this is going to be my first NFL game. If I didn't know that these things that make me happy, that make me excited existed, if somebody didn't offer them, I wouldn't be able to experience them. I wouldn't be able to have happiness from them. But an even like smaller, simpler example would be a few years ago, I remember actually before another Vegas trip, I got a sample in one of my Sephora orders for Sol de Janeiro Bum Cream. And yes, I know it is pronounced Boom Boom Cream, but at the time I didn't know that, and I don't know, bum cream just sounds so much better considering how amazing it is for your legs and your bum. Anyways, I got a sample and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try before we go on our trip. Just like day before, full girl shower, full get ready, right? Want to be awesome, get all ready for vacation. So try it out, put it on, instantly like run down the stairs, tell my husband that I'm like, tomorrow when we land in Vegas, we gotta hit the Sephora on the strip because I need more of this cream. That's how amazing it was. And if Sephora hadn't made the sale by sending that sample, because like, we gotta be honest here, that's why samples exist. It's not out of the goodness of their hearts, it's so you can try it out, you can fall in love, and you can buy it as an indirect sale. But anyways, if they hadn't made the sale in that way, I wouldn't have bought Bum Bum Cream in the first place, and I'd still buy it to this day. So you have to think of it as you wouldn't have it, you wouldn't have experienced it, and that would really just suck. And it's the exact same thing for your services and your clients. There's probably a client of yours out there right now that if you asked her what her last favorite service or thing that she purchased was, she would say your PMU service. And if you hadn't shown up and shared your service, she wouldn't have had it. She wouldn't have been able to experience it, and she wouldn't be happy about what you offered her. Think of it in a different way. The last client that left you an amazing review, and yes, you should be asking for reviews if you aren't already. But think of that last client. They probably feel the same way about how amazing your service was. They took the time to write that review. Obviously, they were so happy with it. Would you want to take that experience, that service away from them? So change up the way you're thinking about selling, about showing up, about showcasing what you have to offer. Remember that it's of service to them. And if you think about the law of oneness, it's of service to a lot more than just your client. So remember, selling is good. Selling is of service. If you want to learn more about sharing what you have to offer and booking more clients, then download the free Booked Up Guide. It's 7 methods to book more PMU clients today, and it's totally free. The link is in the show notes. While you're at it, hit follow and subscribe. I put out new videos every week. See you then.